heading out just east of Edmonton here, out towards Elk Island, a little area I've been. It's more of a snowmobile trail I'm going to go to. Purpose of the trip out there today is I want to test my the vapor barriers, just using some bags on my feet to see how that works to keep my boot liners dry, and testing out a couple other pieces of gear, layering, just to see how it works in conditions like this. It's about minus 15 out. Wind chill, they're telling me it's about minus 20, but the wind is negligible, and it's very overcast, so kind of damp out. So just going out for a little test of some gear. Probably have to put the snowshoes on. We've had quite a bit of snow here in the last few days, so I'll go for a little hike and maybe find a couple of geocaches, and then we'll see how the gear holds up, and just trying to find a right mix here for staying warm while working out on the trails. I'm going to head into the trail just over here, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my my layering system. So my feet. Just going to put on a nice little thin nylon sock. Don't need mud on there. Now, brought two different bags, probably about the same. One's the white Glad trash bag, the other's the industrial garbage bag that you get at work. I'm just going to try one on each foot and see what happens. See if there's any difference between the two. Whether one breaks through or one's tougher than the other. Who knows? So we got that on there. Some nice wool socks here. Nice and warm. Pull the bag up as far as I can. And here we go. Throw the boot on. We'll see how that holds out in the course of a walk here, and then we'll just do the same with the other one. It's Range Road 204 way down there. There's the truck. I've had lots of snow, like I said, in the last little bit, and that's the trail where we're going to head off down. Going for a little bit here. It's pretty nice out. As you can see, it's not sunny at all. It's overcast, but the snow's very soft. There's quite a bit of it. I did bring my snowshoes, but I chose not to wear them because the snow was so soft. These, as you can see, they're quite up and down. Lots of little ruts. It's actually a snowmobile trail, and it's nice and quiet today. I'll just show you what the trees look like with the hoarfrost on them. The sun is actually trying to peek out up there. That'd be nice if it did that. So I've been, I don't know, I've been going for about half an hour, and just behind me there, the back of that hill, is the border, the fence line for Elk Island National Park. My clothing seems to be holding up pretty good. I've got Red Ram Merino long johns on, my North Face Gore-Tex pants. I've got my base layer is a short sleeve merino wool t-shirt, and then I have a polyester long sleeve light shirt over that, and I have my mech tee free polyester shirt on that, and then over everything I've got my Mech Yoho coat. That was one of the things I wanted to test, see how well it worked out. Seems to be doing okay. I do notice if I stop a little bit, take a couple pictures or whatever, I can feel my core temperature starting to cool off a bit. But once I get going, I'm good. My feet, they seem to be good with the bags. They're warm. One thing I do want to check, I'm a little concerned about, is will the bags stay on my feet, or will they slide down like your socks do sometimes when you're in boots? But everything seems to be good. I actually stepped in a couple spots where it was quite wet and went deep, but I think everything's good. We'll go a little bit farther up here and just see what happens. We're getting near the end of the trail. This is sort of the swampy area. I'm gonna have to maneuver through here, but I just kind of wanted you to see what the trees all look like and how this area looks. Sun coming up back there. Back at the truck here now. It's a beautiful day. Did 4.22 kilometers. I was out there for just over an hour according to this, and it seems about right. Here's my gloves. I wore these old running room mitts, not insulated or anything, over just some, I think they're nylon cotton blend regular gloves. Pretty simple, just use those for running. Temperature, it says it's about -11. A little bit of a breeze, but I'm out in the open here a little bit more. The road is down there, there's fields over there. So right now I feel cool and a little bit damp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this stuff off and see how body-wise how I feel. Now that pack is fairly heavy. It's probably about 22 pounds. I do have a fair amount of water in there. So just checking this coat. You know, it's hard because my hands are warm in that, but it does look like it has absorbed quite a bit of moisture. You can see right up in here the condensation where it's formed. This is my mech shirt. It's actually very thin. You can see through it. Feels good. Then underneath that, this is my polyester long sleeve shirt. It's a little bit damp. And then there's my merino shirt, and I'm just gonna rub there. You know what? Actually not bad. I'm pretty dry. I'm just gonna check around the back where my pack was. And I'm a little bit wetter back there, but again, that's where the pack was, and it was right up against me. So I'm gonna have to assess this. I gotta take a look at my boots. I'll show you that in a second here, but I do have a feeling that the bag slipped down on my feet and didn't stay up at the top of the boot, so I'm gonna have to work on that. But so had I been in a camp, I would be bailing out of this, and I will do that. I'll take a couple of layers off, probably this, and I've got just my little insulated coat. I'm gonna throw it on, and I'll show you my boots here in a second. So let's take a look and see how the boots made out. And if you remember, I mentioned earlier that I did step in a couple of wet spots, and that. So now there's the bag. There's the this sock is a little bit damp around the top, but as you can see, as I take the bag did come down over the heel of the sock. You can see the steam coming off of it. The bag is quite moist inside, and I'm just going to feel in the boot And you know, from about this point up of the boot, it's damp, but the inside, not much so. I'm quite happy with that. So that's worked out good. Let's just check the other one. It was a different bag. I don't know if that will make a difference or not. I'm just going to throw this boot on. And laces are frozen because I think they did get damp in the hole that I stepped in. So again, there's the sock. It kind of pulled off a little bit. Yeah, this bag is right here. It's not even on the sock. So again, a little bit of steam coming off, but not as much. So this boot is a little bit damper. So, but not much. Again, from just a little area right in here. So we're just gonna have to work on that one a little. Try and figure out a way to keep the bag up on the foot, up high on the foot. So it was a good walk. It was challenging. It was there was lots of hills, some steep ones, up and down, so it was a good walk. A couple spots I was out of breath, so it was a good challenge. A good hour and a half or so out here, and now we'll just go and sort of assess all this. This is what I wanted to do, and now that I put this on, it's PrimaLoft. I actually feel very good. All I've got on here is my PrimaLoft, my long sleeve polyester, and my merino. So if I was to be sitting in a camp, I'd probably have a bigger coat on, but here right now I'm quite comfortable. So I think it was pretty good.